18 months medication free, allergies reversed, 5 stone lost, complete transformation. Then, week 3 of refeed, first inhaler puff in 18 months, tight chest, couldn't breathe. The Granddog we've taken in for the week had triggered something I thought was gone forever. Here's what 21 days of fasting taught me that I didn't expect. The setbacks, the surprises, and whether I'd do it again. We took on a Granddog for a week, long-haired dachshund, lovely dog, Alan. Day 1, fine. Day 2, tight chest. By day 3, I'd used my inhaler 3 times. First puffs in 18 months. And if I'm honest, it stung. I thought my allergies were behind me. I'd stopped using inhalers in February 2024. No skin rashes since I changed my eating patterns, clean bill of health for a year and a half. But my respiratory system clearly wasn't fully healed yet. Professor Janet Lord's research on inflammation and immune healing explains this. Chronic inflammation suppresses your immune system. When you reduce inflammation through fasting, non-UPF eating, movement, your immune system starts recovering. But it's not linear. Some systems heal faster than others. My gut healed fast. Gout crystals disappeared. But lungs, evidently still repairing, still vulnerable. That taught me not to declare victory too early. Body's healing layers. No skin rashes this time, which was progress, but the respiratory system needed more time. Healing isn't a straight line. It's 3 steps forward, 1 step back, then 2 more forward. 10 days after ending the fast, I decided to try some exercise. Sit-ups seemed like a simple test. Day 1, I genuinely couldn't manage 1 rep. Not 1. I couldn't get up. My core had frozen. I have no idea what was happening. It felt like my body had just locked. Day 2, 12 reps immediately. No warm-up, no struggle. It just worked. What shifted overnight? No clue. But it taught me not to judge a return to fitness too quickly. Your body sometimes freezes before it shifts. Neuromuscular coordination needs recalibrating after extended fasting. Dr. Andy Galpin's research on recovery shows glycogen depletion affects specific muscle groups differently. Day 1, my core muscles hadn't refilled enough glycogen to fire properly. Neural pathways were reconnecting. Motor control was disrupted. Day 2, the system recalibrated. Give it 24-48 hours. Don't write yourself off based on 1 data point. Measurements trump the scale. Weight wobbled constantly. Up 5 pounds, down 3, up 2. But the measurements told the truth. My waist was shrinking. My thighs were thinning. My clothes fitted differently. The mirror doesn't lie when the scale does. Fermented foods really do matter. I tend to have 20 varieties at any time in the cupboard. I consume them daily during my refeed. Gut recovered faster than any other refeed I've done. My digestion stayed calm. Microbiome diversity drove metabolic health. It isn't optional, it is foundational. And sleep is non-negotiable. 5 consecutive nights of disrupted sleep, days 17 to 21, affected mental clarity more than I expected. Dr. Andy Galpin's work confirms sleep is as important as exercise for overall health. You can't outfast poor sleep. Recovery depends on it. Fasting window, for myself, compressed naturally. Started the refeeds at 12:12. By a week, I was naturally tightened back down to my average of 17:7. My body didn't demand constant food, it adapted. Professor Tim Spector's research shows early time restricted eating, finishing meals by 6-7 o'clock in the evening, improves biomarkers, especially glucose control. I wasn't forcing it. The body just regulated appetite when it was running on real food. 21 days was too long for mental clarity. Benefits peaked around day 14. Beyond that, sleep was disrupted, mental sharpness started to dip, and technically the risks ramped up. Professor Janet Lord's research confirms that 7 to 14 days is optimal for most people. Beyond that, diminishing returns. 10 days hits the sweet spot. Deep enough for autophagy, short enough to avoid sleep disruption, and sustainable enough to repeat without heroic willpower. The original 42-day plan, unnecessary, not worth the risk. Benefits plateau, risks climb, muscle loss. It becomes real if you're not careful. Electrolyte imbalances matter. mental fog creeps in. 10 to 14 days is absolutely the optimal range for me. 21 days is the maximum I'd recommend, and 42 days, save it for clinical settings with medical supervision. Here's my maintenance rhythm now. 10-day fast, probably 1 to 2 a year. Deep cellular cleanup without pushing into risky territory. 48-72 fast, every month to 6 weeks. Keeps autophagy active, manageable around life. And I like to keep a rhythm of 17-7 daily, a baseline rhythm. It keeps insulin low, gives cells recovery time, and maintains metabolic flexibility that's sustainable and that's repeatable, and it compounds over years. Dr. Mindy Peltz's research on fasting frequency shows metabolic flexibility improves with consistent rhythm, not heroic one-off efforts. Your body learns the pattern. Adaptation becomes automatic. One extended fast proved I could do it. Now I focus on rhythm over restriction. Consistency beats intensity when you're playing the long game. This wasn't about weight loss. 26 pounds gone? Yeah. But that's not why I did it. It was about proving to myself that my body could heal when I gave it space, that inflammation could be reversed, that allergies could disappear, that medications weren't inevitable. And it worked, mostly. Allergies have resurfaced slightly, but I do know they'll continue to heal. Gout crystals, though, didn't expect that. They vanished after 25 years. And mental clarity during the fast, sharpest I've ever felt. Day 14, when my ketones maxed the meter, GKI hit 0.3, therapeutic ketosis was deeper than most cancer protocols aim for. But the lesson wasn't more fasting equals more healing. The lesson was healing has its own timeline, and pushing past your body's signals doesn't speed it up. Day 21, my body said enough. I listened. That's the real skill. Not how long you can push, but knowing when to stop. 26 pounds, allergies mostly reversed, gout crystals vanished, mental clarity sharpest I felt until day 17. Would I do 21 days again? Probably not. Would I do 10 to 14? Yes. This wasn't about weight loss, it was about proving my body could heal when I gave it space, and it did. Extended fasting, though, is powerful, but it's not for everyone, and it's not without risks. If you're considering fast beyond 72 hours, please work with your GP. This was my personal journey. I tracked it daily, and it was informed by expert research. This is not medical advice.